name's Steve Halls. I live in southwest China, and I've been here for several years. Today I want to talk about awakening experience and what really changed my life forever. Many years ago, when I was living in Los Angeles, I had a phone call which was some very kind of devastating news for me at that time. And it came at the end of a long period of what seemed like things going wrong in my life. I'd left a business that I had to close in the UK. I'd been recently divorced. I'd moved to a new country, and I was really struggling for several years, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life now, and trying to get things together. And I received this phone call. It was kind of devastating news at the time. I guess you could say it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And what I experienced was that my mind, my thinking mind, completely stopped. And at that moment, I guess what I would call now my consciousness expanded to the size of the universe. And I experienced limitless love. And since that time, I've read many descriptions of near-death experiences, NDEs, and they're very close to what I experienced in that moment. I guess it lasted for about 3 minutes. And when I kind of came back from that experience, my life began to change significantly. My focus, what I wanted in life, was completely different. Prior to that moment, I was really chasing money and looking for success. And after that experience, what I knew beyond a doubt was that God was real, but not in the biblical sense, not the guy on the cloud with the long beard. What I experienced was that every part of existence, that's every single tiny little, I don't know, what do you call this, kind of seeming nothing, is love intelligence. And the whole thing is made of love intelligence, everything. And it's all the same thing, out of which everything appears to be different. We experience life as if we're separate, that I'm separate from you, you're separate from the chair that you're sitting on, from the computer that you're looking at. But in fact, I say at the deepest level, all of these things are the same. So this experience just completely shifted my life in a different direction. I would say that I was enlightened for about 3 minutes. And then when I came back to reality, the overwhelming knowing I had was that everything was one thing. But I had no idea really what that meant. And I had no idea how to live that. And since that time until now, which has been many years now, I've been on a journey to really understand what that means. And I've followed many different teachers, spent time with many different teachers around the world, read many books, follow a lot of people on YouTube, particularly people like Eckhart Tolle, and the Toltec teachers, Don Miguel Ruiz, my personal teacher, a man called Alan Hardman. So there's also a guy called Adyashanti who has a great little story about spirit that goes like this. He says, spirit's like a door-to-door salesman. It knocks on your door, and you open the door with the chain on, and you allow this spirit in for a couple of minutes, and you listen to what it has to say, and it's quite interesting, and you're very interested, and then you basically want to shut the door and get on with your life. And the problem is that basically spirit has got its foot in the door, and no matter what you do, it's not going to take its foot out. And then it says all that ego stuff, that's got to go. And that's really been my life experience between that time, that moment of enlightenment, and now, is that all that ego stuff, that's got to go. And each time I experience something and the ego gets bashed, it's extremely difficult and extremely painful. And somehow, as I come out of those what I'd call negative experiences, when in fact probably they're not, I get sort of put back on track. And one of the things I really want to do now is to try to share as much as possible my own healing journey and talk about various different teachers, different teachings, different ways of healing and awakening, because I think that that's really what's going on the planet right now. So if this is of any interest to you at all, if you've had a similar experience, and if you're looking to have your experience validated, or you're looking for information, or you just want to hear this kind of talk, if you're drawn to it, then you're very welcome here. If this makes no sense at all to you and it sounds like nonsense, then I totally understand that. Anyway, I appreciate you being here. If you hit the subscribe button, I will be uploading a lot more videos like this, and I invite you to come along on this journey and be very interested to find out who you are and what your experience is. So thanks very much, namaste, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
I've seen the fall.